standard inclusionary zoning because we have no market study to tell us what is realistic. At our last City Council meeting in Summit, New Jersey, I noted strong concerns about the proposed legislation, highlighting issues as reduced municipal immunity from zoning lawsuits, changes to agreed upon affordable housing numbers post-approval, and increased litigation risks. This legislation needs to be substantially rethought as it will devastate New Jersey. Municipalities should not be compelled to bear additional burdens if they seek to satisfy some portion of its fair share housing obligation through traditional inclusionary zoning, and developers choose not to comply. The amendments added to the legislation will not be sufficient for land-poor municipalities like Summit that will suffer unfairly if the new fair share housing obligations are passed. Summit, New Jersey has 2.34 acres of vacant land. 2.34. We have always, as our mayor said just before, we have always met our affordable housing obligation, and we did this long before it was required. As a former Army transportation officer, I learned very quickly that in order to execute a mission, sometimes you have to change course, step back, and adjust fire. This is exactly what we need to do today. In closing, and listening to the amendments that were proposed today, secondary sources, and to suggest that that is a benefit to municipalities, the reality is we do not know the facts to say whether or not that is true or false. The bill should be reworded to say secondary sources only apply if they reduce the fair share obligations. In closing, as I mentioned before, this bill has failed to adequately seek input from municipalities. It's time to pump the brakes. Thank you for your time.
On our municipalities. My name is Lisa Allen, and I am the Council President for Summit, New Jersey. Senators, we're at a crossroads, and New Jerseyans are in your hands. Your consequential decision today has the potential to shape what New Jersey will look like over the next century. And what we do cannot be undone. At Summit's last council meeting, elected officials listened at angry residents speaking out against increased traffic, light pollution, excessive noise, and speeding on streets. Residents argued that installing lights on a football field nestled in their neighborhood would reduce the quality of their life by increasing the amount of people, cars, and activity in their neighborhood for longer hours in a day and through the nighttime. Whether the lights get installed or not, the irony is, around the corner from that football field sits four affordable two-family homes that will soon be raised and replaced with a 47-unit rental building. The lights will soon feel inconsequential. Why? Because around the corner from those 47 apartments is another 245-unit rental apartment building that has been erected on the Summit and Chatham border. Our quiet towns are transforming into larger, noisier, connected cities. And as you mentioned, Chairman Sarlo, there is a delicate balance. People escape from the cities and they go to their suburbs, and the new families buy their homes to escape the density, to escape the traffic and pollution and the noise. Additionally, many leave the city for our top-ranked schools. Many of us know that local home rule for schools is being challenged in the courts, and A4 and S50 will only serve to expedite the systematic dismantling of our local zoning laws. Typically, it will force municipalities to build faster than our population is increasing. We've also been told mature towns do not have to build, and yet A4 and S50 could be used to argue that we have to provide hundreds of affordable units where we have no vacant land. As a council member, I will continue to engage with my residents on how lights on a field will impact their quality of life. But if this bill passes, we all know that this is an exercise of futility. There will be no escaping the noise, the pollution, the cars, the expanding schools, and the expanding crime that has seeped into our communities. A4 and S50 is a contradiction to our commitment to preserving clean air, clean water, and the green space that has been the hallmark of our garden state. Please have the political courage to say no to A4 and S50 so our next generation of youth can live in a green, healthy state to raise their family and cherish the quality of life that New Jersey offers. Thank you for your time today.